Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Fallout New Vegas. So we ended the last episode somewhere around here, I would say, and then I walked to this place and just cleaned out my inventory. One of the things in particular that seems weird is that I cannot apparently equip overcharge when I already have max charge microfusion cells equipped for some reason. And max charge is more damage, gun condition times 2.5, damage 1.5, than overcharges, which doesn't make any sense to me at all. Maximum charge, to my mind, would be 100% of a battery's capacity. Overcharge would be over 100% of the battery's capacity. So it seems like the labeling is just kind of backwards. But yeah, here I'm pressing the A button and it's just not happening. Another thing is that the robot dog gun is like 27 pounds. It is ridiculously heavy. So getting rid of that in my inventory just really is necessary. Otherwise, I've eliminated pretty much everything, including a lot of magazines. Just keeping lad's life so I can craft that. And honestly, there is just an argument, since I'm not really going to use any of these drugs, to not even carry them around and have a really minimal amount of items in my inventory, as much as I can make it minimal, which is not that much. Particularly getting rid of magazines for like lockpick and medicine and repair and science and speech and survival all make sense, since I'm already at 100, so there's just no reason I'd ever even use those magazines. There's somewhat of an argument to hold on to the magazines for everything else. If I can get just a few more level ups though, and figure out where to find actual blank books, then we will be set up. See, it does the changing animation, but it won't actually swap over. Just another glitch. Okay. So I believe I have something here that I can insert, but I'm not 100% sure where it goes. I think it's the light switch.
That was a nice little cat nap. How long was I out?
So, yeah, we can do the Cherchez la Femme sound dialogue.
Oh, you. I bet you say that to all the light switches. Now I know you're flirting with me. And it's working. Why don't you take this to remember me by?
So we get a magazine.
I was Dr. Mobius's personal assistant. We were studying, oh shoot, what was it? Oh yeah, lightning. No, wait, lighting. That's right, how lighting affects human interaction. Oh, it was super exciting. It turns out that some pretty colored lights can make you way better at talking to people. Oh, I'd love to, sweetie, but I don't have the programming. All the data from the experiments was lost. You'd have to go out into that nasty old crater and find the backup copy.
So apparently, this could increase my speech.
Oh, her. Trust me, sweetie, you're better off not thinking about that frigid little ice queen.
There's
that
a whole conversation
here.
here.
Much better than everybody just because her processors
they
are
squeezed
bigger.
all the dialogue into
so
this one central location.
Sure thing, sweetie. Bye now.
Now, weirdly.
Ooh, baby. Let's turn off the lights and turn on. Hi again, sweetie.
If we can't seemingly turn on.
Oh, you.
Any lights at the
Bye
moment,
now.
or turn off any
The
lights at the
lights.
moment. So I suspect I may have the personality backup for this too. No, I don't. And the thing here is I really don't know where it would be. Holodoc upgrade, smart light switch 1, upgrade to smart lights. Is anything else that we've collected? Yep. We know this diary was from the main game, so these are the things we've collected. So this guy has a new upgrade.
You require some additional services?
So what did that upgrade?
Rightly so, I should think. Alright then, let me just fire up the old interface for you.
So we've got a new implant. Drinking radiation being removed. That's a lot of caps to spend to now be able to just drink water and not be radiated. That is quite a lot to spend. These plants are not growing fast enough really for the whole game. Alright, let's get back on the path now of what we were doing, which was, I think we were just going to investigate everything. At least there's a thought to that. If we go this way, it's X13 Research Facility to find the key. That's probably the direction to go. We have a lot of places we could also search, but it feels like they would all be very much side quests. So let's just run. I definitely need to think along the terms of
Slight chance of seeing dispersal from botanical gardens predicted in the late evening.
Yeah, I need to think along the terms of what items really need to be collected, what items are best to not be collected. Because I am potentially just going to get over encumbered for very low value items. I guess we'll walk this path. These electric boxes are not really great to look for because they're buried in the ground most of the time. I suppose the real solution here would be to just have a blacklist of items. Just automatically don't pick up these items, so when I would hit an item or hover over an item like this, I should be able to just hit X without going into it, instead of X being reload in this menu and completely different in this menu. And then when I pick up items from that should be very much considered just take the things that are not on the blacklist, the block list of items. guy is going to be annoying, so I want to hit him. I don't know if I'm really just eliminating all of the enemies in this world, though, or whether this is just a infinite spawn. Now that lobotomite feels like he is in stronger armor, so this might be a case where the enemies are just getting stronger and stronger, or it might be just a location thing. There was another example of misfortune just not visually being able to be seen. And I don't think there's a way to fix that. I think that is straight up an issue with the game itself just not having the camera in the right place. And we're potentially just going to be over encumbered before the disintegrating people and getting XP. These overcharged bullets definitely feel stronger, and honestly they don't feel like they take really much more to craft. So there's definitely an argument.
I'll just set this on repeat while I go relieve my tank. No one will know.
I should just turn off the cinematic kills because that's slowing down the game, and inherently we've already put probably 100 hours into this game. It doesn't make a lot of sense to slow down with the cinematic kills, even though the cinematic kills, in fairness, do create a more interesting experience. This gun feels very accurate. That being said, unless you are in VATS, you're just asking for trouble. And even in VATS, the calculation is slow. Expecting nothing else from Fallout 4, when I get around to playing Fallout 4, I would expect these odd calculations to happen way faster. I mean, just having this super long pause is ridiculous. And that is something that you absolutely would just prefer to fix, no matter how much compromise you would have to do to the calculations to fix it. Make the numbers randomly be rounded off to lesser decimals, or make the numbers actually be in increments of just like 10 or 20 instead of going down to the ones position. Is this hand supposed to be like a thumbs up reference to Terminator 2? This game is certainly old enough to make that kind of reference. and it not be outdated. These little triangle platforms seem weird. Not sure if they really are going to have any purpose or if it is just an intriguing way to have some visual variety in such a small area. Definitely feels different. Feels like you're approaching some kind of robotic city. Yeah, I don't think many players would care one bit about the accuracy of the VATS calculations. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if many players just assume that the game is inaccurate, and by giving specific percentages...
If you are standing on the green pipes, please get off them at once.
That is a reference, I would assume, to Airplane, movie Airplane. So can we do anything? And I can drink that, and that'll make me unencumbered for long enough to run to this, to grab this, to then, I guess, maybe become over encumbered again. This is not a platforming game though, so coming up on these platforms, the most is just showing myself to Nightkin, whatever these are called, Night Stalkers. We're now running around trying to find me with their pathfinding. We can see another one over there, which I might as well not bother to kill. A major problem with this. So I guess Night Stalkers are supposed to be half rattlesnake and half dog or something. Maybe half coyote and half rattlesnake. But yeah, there's... I think I would have preferred just giant rattlesnakes otherwise in the game. Something that is more visually recognizable as a rattlesnake, because I've played 100 hours in this game, like I said, and just now I'm looking at these and realizing they're supposed to be rattlesnakes. And we don't really have a container outside, which I'd prefer to have a container outside. You could easily have done that. Let's just make sure that there's always going to be a container outside to dump your inventory items in. Because now what's going to happen is I'm going to go through here. There's probably going to be a container inside that I can drop things into. I'm supposed to be recovering some kind of gloves. And then I'm going to drop all of the items into that container. Probably this metal box under the table. I imagine I don't really have too much else that I would really want to do. So yeah, I guess the closest thing would be this filing cabinet. Okay. And if I was going to say, try and repair this, I could do that. Then the knife. See, the knife is a value of 13. The shish kebab is almost certainly more valuable than the knife is. So we'll... Yeah, that's 2,000. It's not the worst thought either, as I'm running low on bullets, to just have the shish kebab. Then this hunting revolver, we'll just do that, and then do that. That's 2,800 caps. So the hunting revolver is better than the submachine gun. Probably does more damage. Not per second, but maybe it uses less bullets. Then this would just be a case where you want to do that, and then that. And then do that. What's the value of the lobotomite jumpsuits? Full. It's half full at 44, where it's half full at 60. So it's actually better to do that. While that does get my inventory a little bit more organized, still is very much going to be a case of what can we drop. The big thing by far is going to be the Night Stalker items. And still, I'm still at 61 though, so I know that there are some other Night Stalker items under miscellaneous. You would think everything Night Stalker would be under the same location, just for ease of finding things. But no, the game does not want to be easy on you. Night Stalker blood, Night Stalker eggs, both under miscellaneous. I really have no idea how I even picked up so much stuff. Like, all we've done so far in this episode, which has still taken a rather long amount of time, is run from one point to another. As far as which quest we're on, I'm trying to find this. Let's do this quest, and we'll see if we can find the keys. That was really stupid, because now I'm not going to want to really sort through all of this. There's the kennel key. Well, you know, it probably isn't the worst thought to take the items out of this area because the shield will reset. When I leave there, yeah, so. Man, this is proving to be more difficult than it really should be. Yeah, I guess this works. It'll be a waste of a little bit of time. But I think it probably does make more sense to have done that. Then we'll just go ahead and throw everything in there. What did we pick up that was so heavy? Why can I not sort these things by weight? That would be another mod, obviously, you should have as an option. If each of these items were sorted by weight, with the heaviest items at the top, that would save you an incredibly large amount of time. And even if the mod just renamed everything, you know, in its ID, since this is alphabetical, if you just renamed everything to have a weight in front of it, that would work fairly well. I am picking up pre-war books now, but they're not getting converted into blank magazines. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on with that. Seems unnecessary to have two areas. Two closets back to back, unless this is somehow going to be some meta joke in that all the entirety of the facility is just closets, and that this is just a silly storage facility that is over decorated. Oh yeah, this really highlights how you make a lot of sense to get rid of the top shelves. That's sparking, but it doesn't seem to actually pose any threat. Yeah, I can see that being kind of a funny joke, is that you just go through here and it is just closets all the way through. But there's really not quite enough places in the game to do that joke. So here's the prototype gloves. Here's a telephone. Here we have some damaged prototypes. Pre-war book. And a magazine under the book. Interesting. Okay, so let's give these prototype gloves a try. Nope, can't use them. They are quest items, I guess. Not not items I can actually use. But you would think most gamers would definitely want to use the items. You'd want to encourage the players to use the items. It almost feels like this is a lot more set dressing with this design than it is real cosmetics. What do I mean by that? Let me see if I can rephrase that to make more sense. Like the walls and the decorations are fictional as a way of just tricking people. Tricking test subjects, I would guess. And honestly, if you have to put the exact same text in multiple places just to hope that people will read it, you should realize that you're highly prioritizing that text. Interesting. And as such, hey, thick red paste. I didn't think we would get any thick red paste without going through the perk that lets you create thick red paste. It's basically just blood. Which of all the things that are uncensored in the game, calling blood thick red paste is odd. This isn't a terrible design if this was supposed to be, say, like an enclave section or something. It's definitely changed up. But yeah. This text needs to be read out loud if it's so important you have it on 3 computers within less than 20 feet of each other. Chinese Army Spec Ops Training Manual is... So this is some kind of stealth suit. Not only can it be upgraded through testing in X13, it can also has medics and stimpack reservoirs for pain dampening needs. Medics and stimpacks not included. So, by getting the components, which that's not something that happens anywhere else in the game, that you get parts of a suit and then you can put on the suit. They are doing something very different here. Okay. Switch items. Stealth suit Mark II. Let's see how that works. As for the actual quest, activate the basic infiltration test to begin initializing the stealth
Hello.
suit.
It's nice to meet you. Who can I hide you from today?
So the suit talks to you also.
We're okay on stimpaks. Medic supplies adequate.
Really should not be picking up tin cans. Alright. So now we have different text, but you have also just kind of trained the player to expect the exact same text in every other previous computer terminal, so why would the player be more likely than average to read? Little Fontana is also a sneak magazine to bring up your sneak ability. Slightly different text here. Possibly with some redundancy. Seems like I could probably just disrupt and jump down there if I wanted to. Or we could take the long way. Let's go ahead and pick the locks for XP reasons alone. Well, I wasn't expecting this. This is like a hologram area, which is definitely not what I was expecting. VR simulation note. With my dying breath, I write that I hate the VR simulation so much. It has killed us. Now I will kill it. So stealth test area 2 is just a VR simulation. Which is funny because everywhere else that we have seen technology that would put your consciousness into VR, you've gotten into a pod and it's just been monitors in front of your face. So it doesn't seem like we can do anything with this because it looks like he did just smash it. So it's kind of crazy to introduce a whole new technology in DLC that very likely I think Bethesda may not call canon. It's also kind of crazy because I kind of suspected that the entirety of New Vegas could have just been a simulation. Of course that is true for any game. Notice how it doesn't actually open a door, it just very quickly loads you into a new area. It would be a tired trope, but it's not overused that much that spin-off games by third-party developers could all be virtual reality simulations. Or dreams, or magic. Something that just makes it non-canon, something that isn't going to tie the hands of your main company, Bethesda. And they definitely do not seem like they got their hands tied or cared one bit about the canon that may have been introduced in New Vegas. Okay. Guess what we should do is check the local map just to kind of get an idea of. Yeah, I think it probably wouldn't do much to just jump down here unless this is going to get us really close to where we want to be. I guess these deluxe chemistry sets are just giving you free items. Doesn't seem like you have to have any raw ingredients for it. This would be a security terminal. So this is the stealth testing lab, which then I think tells me that this area down is not the stealth testing lab. Even if they just gave me like 1 XP for everything I read, or did me the kindness of marking off things I've already read on other terminals or this terminal, that would be way nicer. Yeah, I do think compared to modern games, that is something that a player should rightfully be able to expect, is that any dialogue choices are going to Any dialogue choices are going to be remembered and marked off. So, these are just hanging teddy bears. I thought there would be something more, but no, what it really looks like is this is just a
You're
kennel.
my best friend forever.
It's kind of silly. Doggy treat, take that. Okay, we have a tunnel that way to investigate. It definitely seems kind of silly that you're supposed to jump through this like that. Why would your stealth suit talk while you're wearing it at random intervals? If anything, maybe that's the whole idea. Here we have a Dr. Callus and a cattle prod. And this would have been the Night Stalker testing area. So he got killed by the Night Stalkers, I'd imagine. And I suspect what we're gonna find is that is flashlight on? Nope. It is not. Black on black on black is perhaps a little bit of a problem, particularly since this is an old enough game that you would have some pretty poor monitors. I mean, even in 2024, you pretty much still have to assume that a lot of your players are going to have poor monitors, poorly calibrated monitors and TVs. So a thick black paint on the wall looks nice to me on my bright TV, but I could easily see with no ray tracing and no reflection, it's just going to be a black pit of nothing. Yep. And yeah, you can see there's just turning the flashlight on and off changes a lot. So we have another doctor here, Dr. Callus. That's another name that wouldn't spell Mobius. Callus being uncaring, perhaps spelled a different way. I would assume a computer monitor on the ground wouldn't work. These little squishy dolls do not visually look consistent with the rest of the game. Yeah, I would expect these little toy dolls to be in a completely different kid-friendly game compared to the dinosaurs and toy rockets and other items of that sort, all of which really don't need to exist in the game at all. Okay. So, imagine we are going down this route and the breadcrumbing of items being left around might be helpful. But it needs to be caps, really, if you were going to do that. Just to have items. So this is a whole sewer puzzle. Yeah, if you just had a bunch of caps on the ground for people to grow up, to pick up, and mark whether they've gone down the path or not, that would make a lot more sense. Looks like there's a whole door here. might just be barricaded. I have no idea how many tin cans I really need. I think the crafting ingredient. Battle brew. We haven't seen that before.
Take this. It will help.
Why did it just give me medics? I never... So this drug is...
Time
this
to fight.
This guy is going to... Suit is going to inject me with stuff that I may not want to take. Meanwhile, we're just in some kind of freezer. And as far as I can tell, there's nothing around here that poses a threat. Let's spin around and just look. Do we see any red dots at all? No. Ah. So, how... These guys do seem weaker.
Was that all?
So I can't open this door. Not sure how I was supposed to see that coming. Yeah, and I don't think that goes anywhere else. Maybe this door opens up on the other side at the end of the stealth simulation. And I'm not really sure how we're going to take on the invisible Night Stalkers, even though they do seem kind of weak. Of course, I am also using up my overcharged batteries on something that I could probably
This one looks pretty
kill.
tough. Was that all?
So this does feel scripted. Like we were supposed to reach that section and then have what seemed like a safe location turn out to not be a safe location. So all I can really do is look to see if I see a slight wag anywhere. A wavy stealth element. It's worth pointing out though, like, my perception is at 7. Do I need it at 10? And yeah, my stealth I don't think is going to affect my perception in any way.
Time to fight.
So it could come one of two ways, I guess. I guess being in the hallway might be better. We'll keep it more in line with where I'm. Now, why is searching a Night Stalker here considered stealing? Why was that red? I can't imagine many people would be able to survive these encounters if it was a lot of Night Stalkers at once. Okay. I hear the music playing, which makes me think there's something around here. I suspect there's probably something over there. Okay. So, we haven't seen any crafting bench. We could repair a cattle prod, which probably has more value than a knife does. This will only be repaired with a shovel. Laser pistols. Yeah. Then like eyeglasses. Basically all we got. So I'm gonna just open this toolbox, get rid of that. We're not going to use this, and it's heavy. Should get rid of the shovel too. Not gonna use this, and it's heavy. Not gonna use this. I do want to keep the power armor just in case something weird happens. The battle brew, the beer, ramen steak. This Chinese manual we should just read, I think. Still are picking up weirdly large amounts of random stuff. Stealth Boy will hold on to. Get rid of the thick red paste, and thin red paste was not an item I knew would have existed. I'm still at 192 before we've even started this quest. It's a weird comparison, but I do have to kind of wonder where it would be fair to compare the Java version of Minecraft to a game like this. Like, you're talking, in the case of Minecraft, a game that's not built the same way and built from the beginning to be more open and more moddable than I would say even Bethesda games are. But there definitely is a mod in Minecraft to have you automatically drop items that are unimportant, along with doing several other things. This is 25, this is 45. If I put the power armor in here, I just gotta remember to come back and get it. And that gets me down to 60. I think that is worth it.
If you want to be sneaky, turn off your Pip-Boy light.
This is the only time they actually tell you to do that. Okay.
Data collection array online. Please use the terminal below to begin user synchronization.
I don't think this is really the one we were supposed to be using. I think they are talking about one down there. Admin observation area, other observation area. It almost seems like it would make some sense to hack and sneak your way. Not go the way they would expect you to go. It does seem weird that they are just asking you to jump down here. Alright, well, let's just play it the right way. Still test area 1. They're hidden. We have a turret here. The stairs, I guess, are over here. So we'll figure out how all of that was supposed to work. Yeah. Inherently, Minecraft is a game that's built on a foundation of mining and some more survival experience. Oh, so that was that. And that's where we came in. So it does have this. So I kind of think maybe looking at the observation stuff might make some more sense to start off with. But yep, the Minecraft is, at least originally, wasn't overrun with a whole bunch of different things you could do. Sneak is at 100, so actually reading the book, Chinese Special Ops Training Manual, that just increased my sneak by 4, which it's already at 100, so it didn't do anything at all. So we should sell those. Of course, Minecraft is also way more visually simplistic. One thing I would say about a lot of the mods for the Minecraft Java mode is that there's a lot of those mods that go off the rails. Feed the Beast being the mini Feed the Beast variants being an example of that, where you are at the end of a playthrough of a Feed the Beast game. You're just making massive amounts of items and doing a lot of repetitive things. It really does seem like you could just jump down to all these locations. Yeah. It is, at some level, an unfair comparison because Minecraft itself is just a unique thing that Microsoft buying Mojang was unable to, has yet to be unable to actually duplicate or even properly expand on. But there definitely is a thought to be had there, as far as if they had been standing on the shoulders of other people's work and had been more focused on entire game mods instead of smaller mods. The Bethesda games, Skyrim, Elder Scrolls games, and the Fallout games, and let's just throw Starfield in there too. All of those would have had an even bigger audience. Although inherently, I think one of the problems, that's just a visual glitch, is that Bethesda games are just so incredibly buggy that a significant amount of, it's interesting, there's cards here but not caravan cards. This DLC not caring about caravan at all, which probably a good move. Yep. Had it been a case where less people were making mods to fix problems with the game and had the main games themselves just been pretty good and bug free, there would have been an expansion. Of course, that is inherently ignoring that the vast majority of mods are also adult mods, sex mods, that there's just no way you're going to be able to do that. Okay, so if I could get Nevada agave fruit and barrel cactus fruit, I could make Nuka-Colas. Otherwise, banana yucca fruit can make slasher, which I really don't want to make slasher. Mutant cave fungus won't be something we can clone. So, homebrewed Nuka-Cola, barrel cactus fruit, and agave fruit. Or, if we can't do that, there's also desert, what was it called? Cactus water, which would be prickly pear fruit. Can do agave. Was it prickly pear? Or barrel cactus fruit? Yep. That's exactly one Nuka-Cola. That was all I could do with all that. That's having some saline green to convert things. I definitely don't feel like I am getting better recipes or getting more efficiencies. Even if there was just a I guess if there was a way we can make an atomic cocktail there, or 4 of them. I would need to collect more of these empty soda bottles too. Yep. If as you crafted more, you would have a lucky chance of getting items back. That would help. Let's see, we came from this way. So this is a lot of just observation of sneaking through what would have been a office from the looks of it. Oh, now we may have a problem because the game just crashed again. So when would have been the last time we saved? It's very possibly when we first entered the whole testing facility. So, yeah, all that work through the top may just have to be done again. And since it's stealth themed, it's just not going to be a great place to run around. Yep, we're here. Alright, so we'll just do this the way it's expected to go, which is here, here, and here. I would assume what is going to happen is stealth is going to include saves. And let's activate this. Basic infiltration test.
This is the basic stealth test. The robots will be looking for us, but we won't let them find us.
So success is to reach the administrator's office and steal a document without being seen. Failure is being detected. Okay. And I think the easiest way to do this is probably to just use a stealth boy. So what my suspicion here is going to be is let's just do all the tests as fast as possible. And then we'll search the whole area later. It's not particularly the biggest area gameplay. And there really aren't any small sections, like small holes in the walls that you could sneak through. That if they're going to put a hole in the wall, it's going to be big and easy to recognize. So it would be more natural Make sure we're going in the right direction. I don't think we are. Stealth boys last a long time.
Test data processed. Firmware updated to version 1.1. Boot damping sensors online.
X-13 breached? No. Even that stealth suit won't hide you from my robo-scorpion army. Sting the intruder, my pets. Sting them until they are stupid.
Mean robot bugs. Mean robot bugs.
So I guess what we can say now is that we probably just don't need to be in stealth.
Take this. It will help.
And we'll now just clean out the whole area.
Uh-oh.
Are you sure you scanned something? All right, everyone, calm down. Might have been a blip.
I guess I really don't care to fight these guys. So if I can just stay stealthy.
All right, everyone, calm down. Might have been a blip.
I guess the question to ask here is, will the robo-brains start attacking
Are you
me?
sure you scanned something?
Cessation of hostilities complete.
Right. It definitely seems like what you could do is just destroy all of these characters. And then that
Time
would...
to fight.
Go, my men. Go in the name of your...
Yeah, it's time to turn off the cinematic stuff. Go cam. It's not working visually. Anyways.
Oh, he's mine.
Bad guys dealt with. So what I'd like to do is, I don't know if fresh apples actually gets turned into anything, but I'm gonna have to just assume it does, that the food processor can do something with it. What I'd like to do is grab as much of the important stuff this time, because I suspect I'm just going to be given multiple quests to stealth around multiple places.
And one stealth boy got me very far, so I'm assuming even having only a couple more, that might work overall.
Hello, Val.
Still decent argument to look around. I really do appreciate.
Steady. Fighty.
I really do appreciate him. Having an item that has been just useless for 100 hours, all of a sudden because of a perk be somewhat valuable.
Alright, everyone, calm down. Might have been a blip. Are you sure you scanned something?
I guess that really does make me
Are you
want.
sure you scanned something?
It really does make me want to go
Time for...
next time. If I was ever going to play this game again, take that perk much earlier. A lot of these perks, though, also are uniquely built around just how much you kill
Alright, everyone,
of that type of enemy.
might have been a blip.
So you may not really have as much of a opportunity to get some perks just based on whether you ran into the enemies or not.
Alright, everyone, calm down. Might have been a blip.
Continue to search places. But yeah, without a shopkeeper to sell things
you like me?
anywhere nearby. You're in this
Was
weird
that all?
position. What's weird about this having a Med-X auto-injector and injecting you with Med-X is that it is painting a picture that they expected you to just use Med-X all the time before getting in combat. And I guess maybe this outfit would be fairly helpful if you were trying to speedrun and play in a kind of hardcore mode also.
Hello, Val.
Because it would allow you to run around without worrying about self-injecting stim packs. Excuse me. Okay. Think we've grabbed pretty much everything. There are a lot of doors going around to the same places. But yep. By my guess, we've looked at this entire facility and looted more than enough. So let's see. We'll take that.
This will stop the pain.
And we'll come up here, we can hear
Sneaking
some of
done.
the
Fighting now.
we can hear the scorpions.
Was that all?
But there's just like no crafting at all. No crafting bench. So easiest thing to do is just drop everything. I wonder if the game literally crashed because of me reading that Chinese manual and taking the number over 100. That would be crazy that it couldn't handle that. But it's not unbelievable that you could program it that poorly. So, gonna drop all the blank magazines. We're gonna get our weight down to as low as possible, even though it may not really matter in this next encounter. You kind of would want something completely different as the second challenge, because just more stealth doesn't really make sense. Let's go ahead and make a safety save too. But yeah. I also see release the unusual specimen in the testing area. That's X8. Option will complete all of the test. Yep. We'll have to remind ourselves also to search all this whole top area and get a bunch of items. Basic advanced.
This is the advanced test. Watch out for laser tripwires. They'll ruin our day.
For this test, you must sneak to and steal a document from the administrator's office without being detected by the patrolling robots. Being detected by the patrolling robots' laser tripwires have been added to increase the difficulty. Successful run will automatically update your suit's software and award you an item in the supply cabinet. Success reached the administrator's office and steal a document without being detected. Failure detection. Okay. Again, I think I will just use another stealth boy. This really is not a game like designed around this kind of gameplay. Doors are locked, which makes me think we might get XP for unlocking it, but no such luck. Let's see, repair 50 or higher, or science 50 or higher. Alright. Okay, so now we're in a weird situation where we need to kind of rush here. If we're gonna do this. We need to hack all of these and get XP. Oh look, I did think maybe jumping over the table would have been the right move. Yeah, you can just walk through the hacked beams. So that would have proven to be a mistake on my part had I opted to do that. And there's just absolutely no reason not to take as much XP as you can possibly get. It's not like it's a gamble or anything. But the only real gamble it would be if my stealth boy.
Are we being watched?
Yeah. Yeah, if my stealth boy wore out. Now we don't have. I'm gonna close this just in case the stealth boy does wear out. Yeah, you don't really have a timer to check. You probably do. Let's see if it's under status. Yeah. Stealth boy. Sneak plus 100. Clearly the game should give you more warning than that instead of just abruptly shutting down your stealth. But yeah. This isn't a real stealth game. And we know that's the case. Would really suck if you accidentally triggered a laser beam. How did I miss those things? Maybe they weren't there originally. I guess you would jump over that.
Test data processed. Firmware updated to version 1.2. Oral subnet online.
And are we going to get any kind of attack again? Looks like the answer is no. So what more could it do? Really? You'll have a stealth boy this time if there's a advanced. See what this test is.
This is the expert stealth test. If you thought the lasers were bad, wait till you see the proximity mines.
Okay. So we did that twice that way. Instead, what I think we'll do is see what jumping down would have really accomplished. And then we'll deal with the proximity mines. Now, it is possible that you would have had the soft step perk, and with that soft step perk, you would have with a soft step perk, you may have not set off any proximity mines. But I don't have that perk.
Test data processed. Firmware updated to version 1.3. Torso fitment synced to user's physiology.
Okay. Guns to 100, possibly. Melee to 60, possibly. Unarmed to 65. Barter to 85. Guns all the way to 100. No perks there. And so now the suit just gives me more perks, but it isn't going to inherently increase my base stat. So my agility already at 10. It's not really changing anything, I think. And I don't know if the mines disappeared or if they... So I just turned off a proximity mine and I got no XP for disarming it. These guys are still happy to ignore me. Should see where those stairs go. I'm not sure I've ever actually gone through those stairs. Yeah. I'm trying to find any more proximity mines. Whether they've maybe just all disappeared. Maybe there weren't that many to begin with. Yeah, it definitely seems like I would have...
You're my best friend forever.
Get some more books. So yeah, if I'm down here, you turn off the proximity mines just by pressing A. So they're not like real mines. They can be disarmed for XP. Which does mean that if there's yet another challenge, which I suspect there isn't. Why is the robo brain slightly damaged? Yeah. If there is another challenge, though, I'll have to be somewhat cautious of the proximity mines.
I wonder if it's a case that this door and this path is just locked normally when the A test is happening. Meanwhile, got plenty of places to look for fairly insignificant items. There's another stealth boy if we need it. Cameras, paperweights, all items intentionally there to make you waste resources. Overburden yourself with heavy weighted items. I don't know about this whole shielded stuff. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Shooting that with the sonic disruptor doesn't even do anything. So it's just kind of a visual, I guess, choice. Yeah, I suppose overall the move here is to collect everything there is to collect up here on the computers from these observations and collect all the crafting ingredients that there might be to craft. So that we could have just one big crafting session. Makes, I guess, the most sense. There's definitely a level of repetitiveness though with this. Just too many observation decks, too much of the same items. Greasy toolbox. Not a regular toolbox. Do you really need two types of toolboxes? Do I really need this many toolboxes? Or this many hammers and wrenches? I don't think I can pick up this wrench. So many other wrenches in the game, and yet they decided not to make that one interactable. Which definitely tells you something as far as how all of that goes and how all of that works. Let's see. Electron charge packs, max charge. Energy cells, max charge. Ice cold Nuka-Cola. Plenty of Lad's Life. We can craft. Microfusion, max charge. Recycling? Recycling really should be at the front. Still a significant amount of stuff you just can't craft most of the time. I think we want Nuka-Cola victories always. And it is just crazy that this is the only way to interact with that, is to
craft one thing and then be kicked out of the screen and then jump back into it. Way too much text. So yeah, clearly a new Fallout game. You should have a Pip-Boy that reads text that you download from computers as you walk. You would just see item information downloaded, voice narration beginning. Text-to-speech technology in 2024 is pretty great. It's approaching as good as a real human speaking to you without perhaps perfect inflection.
Do you like me?
So I don't think anybody would really complain to have an optional text-to-speech built in. Honestly, text-to-speech should be built into a lot of things. Let's see, can we craft anything as far as cooking goes? Let's see. Alright, we can make banana yucca fruit. 3 of that. The 10 lets me make slasher. That was as terrible the second time as it was the first. The K9000 mod, Mintats mod, definitely feels like maybe if you could upgrade that K9000 gun, it would be worth, it might be more likely to be worth using. It's still incredibly heavy. It feels like to use those kinds of heavy guns you need that perk that would reduce really heavy things down. I just can't believe anybody would read through all of this with so many computers next to each other. Like, yeah, if there was only one computer at the end of a encounter and a boss fight and things like that, that would be believable. That you would engage with that more. But there are just like dozens of computers, and I think that's the thing here that is going to hurt the idea of this being so science focused, is that see, I'm at 150, that's probably good enough. So I'm not gonna drop too much. There, yeah. Let's go down here. Get that. Then let's see if there's another test. Robot compliance test.
This is the robot compliance test. If you sneak up on a robot, you can disable it. It's so easy, even I can't mess up.
For this test, you must disable all active robots without being detected. We need to calibrate the suit's F-field compliance generator to proper variance. All security measures are active. A successful run will award something. Okay. So I'm assuming that they just mean the Robotrons and not the turrets. Alright. We have plenty of bobby pins, by the way. Of course, your experience is just gonna significantly vary based on
Too bad. We triggered a mine. If you go back to the terminal to restart the test, I'll do better next time.
Okay. Well, that's a problem.
This is the robot compliance test. If you sneak up on a robot, you can disable it. It's so easy, even I can't mess up.
Now it would be a little unfair if you set off a proximity mine while lockpicking. I have no idea where the other robot would be.
Maybe we can disable the mines quickly, or find another way past. I'm sure you know best.
Okay, we need to figure out where the other robot is. Just see if we can find the other proximity mines and turn them off. So yeah, procedurally, you would can't turn that one off apparently. That one's probably the one that triggered. There's our stealth boy is going to go away, almost certainly. So it does seem to me like the move here is to disable everything each turn, each round. And ashtrays look a little bit like proximity mines.
We haven't seen anybody in a while. Maybe the monsters have stealth suits too.
So there's one more. Guy. And it's this guy. So I really should just come in through this direction and stealthily disable him. And the real concern is there possibly some more proximity mines? And I feel like there's got to be another quest here where we are just going to be told to kill everybody.
This is the robot compliance test. If you sneak up on a robot, you can disable it. It's so easy, even I can't mess up.
Now noticeably, we don't have... Shoot. Where is it?
Maybe we can disable the mines quickly, or find another way past. I'm sure you know best. This is the robot compliance test. If you sneak up on a robot, you can disable it. It's so easy, even I can't mess up.
But crafting stealth boys, noticeably, is not something that you've been given the right things to create with. Cannot tell which way to even start there. The proximity alarms, I think, still are sensitive enough. And I don't think you can just do that or that. It would be intriguing if you could just do that.
Too bad. We were spotted by robots. If you go back to the terminal to restart the test, I won't mess up again.
So let's ask that question. Here, so what would a stealth boy require to be crafted? Do we even have a recipe to make a stealth boy? No, there is no recipe in here to craft a stealth boy.
This is the robot compliance test. If you sneak up on a robot, you can disable it. It's so easy, even I can't mess up. Maybe we can disable the mines quickly, or find another way past. I'm sure you know best.
Okay. I think I've found that mine, at least.
This is the robot compliance test. If you sneak up on a robot,
definitely
you can
see
disable it. It's so easy,
people
even I can't mess up.
not wanting to really engage with this or struggle with this one. Like, how am I supposed to see something on the other side of the wall, though? Let's see if it's...
Stealth boys are a robot's big weakness.
I have no idea which proximity mine. Like, I would assume it would have been this one. So I wonder if that means this is going to reset.
maybe
This is the robot compliance test.
much
If
more
you sneak up on a robot, you can disable it.
fast-paced than
It's so
it
easy,
seems.
even I can't mess up.
Yep.
Are we being watched? Stealth boys are a robot's big weakness.
Okay, so we are going to need some stealth boys to come back and deal with this challenge later. It's not a very inviting setup, I would say. I'm going to become immediately over encumbered. I know that. Because we are going to end up having to find stealth boys and then travel back here and remember to travel back here, and it's going to be very easy for players to forget about this and not bother with it. I may have made a mistake here. Otherwise, as far as trying to walk. We have some other quests here we should also potentially look at. I'm hoping I can craft a lot more things. Lads Life magazine we can do once. I think we want victories. And yeah, that is it. So that's not going to fix being over encumbered. Then having a hot plate on the other side of this wall, it's not going to help. We could check our items just to see how over encumbered we are. I mean, we may not be that bad. I left my armor though. That might have increased my strength on the other side of the door, and I almost totally forgot about that. There's absolutely nothing that you can cook. It makes so much more sense to have a reloading station and a workstation all combined into one interface. Worst case scenario, you would put hot plates and reloading stations of some sort that were smaller on top of a workbench. My next goal will be to go back to 8x8, I guess. At least the unusual specimen in the testing arena area. Now that we have the keys to the kennels of X8. Yeah. Seems like there is an encouragement here. Let's also fix our crippled status. That wouldn't hurt.
Take this, it will help.
So, very important to remember, we left all of this stuff in this inventory.
And yeah, we'll come back to this area. Hopefully fairly quickly. Hopefully we don't end up finding some need to do the third of the 3 major areas.
This one looks pretty tough. Was that all?
What I don't like about these robotic scorpions, though, is that they don't give you any kind of sneaking. They don't give you any kind of stinger poisons, which would let you craft certain items.
I see you. Now I end you. Oh, he's my RoboScorp.
Cessation of hostilities complete.
Robo-scorpions seem like they also are kind of random in their size. And there's even more stuff here. Okay. Probably close to running out of bullets. And I probably should be using bats more to prevent that.
Please avoid Boomtown for the foreseeable. Weapon testing is resolved.
I have 6 more shots with this gun.
Who do you think is cuter, Dr. Klein or Dr. Boros?
Okay. So once again, I'm going to end an episode just incredibly overburdened, 600 pounds. I could try and craft things now, but there's just no point to it. And I'm just going to walk back slowly to this point and do all the sorting. Probably not even really encountering any enemies. Almost certainly not encountering anything of importance. Yep. As much as I may be liking this element, this DLC over the main game, it is causing a bigger problem than the main game ever did, as far as being over encumbered and picking up stuff. Of course, maybe it's just because I'm not dumping and dropping a bunch of garbage crafting items that aren't really helping me that much. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, and keep on watching. Thanks.